Hello, I am here to do a demo review. This is the third time attempting to record this. And for starters, I thought I had the wrong demo because actually I was trying to review this match, but the pregame was erroneously recorded in addition to the match. It's a really long demo that you have to go halfway through. Then I retried, excuse me, and I tried to reload the HUD because it got messed up, and this is what happened. So honestly, I'm thinking I might just pull up a random demo to review. I haven't been pugging much, so it's likely to be a scrim. I do think scrims matches, more serious settings, are better for reviews. Let's do something quite recent. Let's pull open a Metalworks. Why not? Okay, so demo reviews. As you can see, I'm working with these demo files that I recorded when I played this scrim. Servers will also record STV demos, so instead of just the POV of the person playing, recording locally, just showing what they saw, the server recordings show basically everything happening, which is usually better for reviewing, but for my purposes here, this is fine. And I want to point out here that you can still get a lot out of reviewing your own demos. You aren't going to stumble on some new information most of the time, but it is good for correcting mistakes because you'll still see mistakes that you made pretty starkly when you're looking at it from kind of an outside perspective, peering in more critically rather than playing in the moment. So while it's usually beneficial to have a better player review your demos, you can still get a lot out of reviewing demos of yourself. That being said, we could just get started here. Things I'm looking for, it's really just all-encompassing as far as gameplay goes, which you'll get a feel for here. I just wanted to provide some content, maybe a little review. So early on, pretty decent. I'm quite weak, and I'm getting pretty aggressive while weak, which I'm not a huge fan of, actually. I may have preferred to heal up more there. We trade both soldiers for their medic, so this is likely a situation we're going to have to leave. I don't seem prepared for that, though. Now our med is in danger. Yeah, kind of probably overstayed there. Hit a few shots to like clean up everyone, but that in the grand scheme of things, that doesn't really benefit us because long term we were going to hold the mid with our med living because we have ads, we can just repush mid. But we kind of just gave them the salvage play on our medic that they were looking for, which I'm not a huge fan of. We probably should have been more passive in general. And that includes me as well. Okay, trying to trap out two, but we don't roll out in time, so I just leave. I think that's fine. And now it's time to pressure. Let us see. Okay. Kind of just fishing for a pipe here. Honestly, like, with their demo, knowing that their demo is like around that corner, I probably could just continue focusing them with sticks. Especially since I got decent early enough damage. Okay, now we just need to reheal. We lost our pick. Oh, I remember this. Oh wait, no. There's another situation. I thought I didn't get arrowed here. I didn't jump out because I thought I didn't get arrowed, but I totally did. I should have just jumped out. And Metalworks is weird like that, where the rotation times are so long from like sack to counter sack, because you can see we took alley there to pressure for a sack, and then we have to back up to mid for the counter sack. The rotation times are so long that like as a demo, oftentimes I play to jump out of alley, which I should have done there for sure. I thought that my soldier ate my bow. Okay, I could probably have more sticks up elsewhere. The high bomb trap is okay. Okay, I've been trying that lately. I don't know, because I know soldiers like to land there sometimes. I don't know, it's weird, but sometimes like the weird trap that you never see is the one that works. I have a tough time with traps in alley. It just seems very easy to clear everything. I have a tough time in general, just spamming out alley adequately. Okay, they're going to pressure. We bomb a soldier and just drop their medic. Nice. Love when that happens. Okay, immediately going underpass. And their demo is just deading, so now we know there's no traps, so we can just get through. I think, yeah, everything's fine here. I'm just trying to spread damage on players. Yeah, I think this is a perfectly fine dry push. My positioning could have been like a little bit cleaned up. I would have taken an Uber. Ooh. There was a lot of players there that I could have hit. Now am I just caught? Because this was... If you're taking the house pop, it's usually slim ad. Otherwise you dry through alley most of the time. So you have to be really ready for that counter pop. As far as that Uber goes, I probably should have just kept using sticks. Would have gotten more damage that way. Because I switched to pipes to try and like sticky pipe people, but I didn't even have any loaded, so it was completely worthless. Plus the first sticky just missed. I could have gotten a lot of damage there. Their positioning was not that where you're likely like guaranteed catching people, but I could probably have hit good shots. Just missed the dead there. I probably could have hit better shots to maybe get something, or just like a lot of damage, so they don't even have a refight, anything like that. Okay, I don't go with my combo here, which doesn't really matter that much in this game state, since we do have a spot house, but it's just good practice too. Okay, I'm just eating spam. This is bad. Okay, I should probably be shooting at their heels here, because they're doing some like really terrible house shove. And if their heels like enter house eating a sticky, then it's immediately like way sketchier for them. I'm also just not doing a lot of damage right now. I don't know if that positioning is the problem. It could be, because I don't really like see much. I might be better off either playing more passively and charging my stickies onto point, or playing more aggressively on the point and more uncharged stickies. Of course, they had an Uber, so I'm trying to bait that out. Excuse me. I'm not trying to give them the exchange that they're looking for to bail themselves out. But I think I should have been more effective actually like dealing damage there. Okay, hopefully I can actually get Ubered so like the sides of my screen don't look so messed up anymore. That's the problem with POV demos as well. It's like sometimes the screen effects just stay until they happen again. I tried to reload the HUD, but... Okay, take some early damage with the rollouts. You're gonna have to be a bit more passive. Shooting this scout I think is fine. I probably should have landed that sticky on the actual catwalk rather than the ramp, because it's more likely the scout's going to be up there. They're trying to land up there. Also, I think that med just walked over that stick, but I didn't do it yet. Just looking for spam under point. Trying to walk up now. Not really. Okay. And we just kill their medic somehow. Their med took some damage from me. I didn't even see that. That was just a bad sticky that I shot underneath the point for no reason. Because as a demo, oftentimes, like, if a player gets on you, you want to shoot that, like, safety sticky between you and them so they can't close the gap even further. Because, of course, demo struggles the most at close ranges. But that was just, like, missed, in my opinion. Because there's no way that that player that's bombing me is going to be landing on that sticky at all. Okay, kind of an aggro blind peek, honestly. Like, it's a nitpick, but nitpicks are alright. I might want to actually take that angle a little bit further back, because if their scout is just suicidally close, then rather than it being suicidal for him, he might be able to actually get damage on me and make it a better situation for them than it should be. So I'm kind of just assuming they're going to be in normal places where sometimes they're not going to be. Okay, we're just playing counter sack here. Our soldier sacks pretty late, actually, because our spawner is going to be here already. I am entering the opposite side of lobby as my combo. Over here now. Took that shutter peek a little aggressive, because if that demo had multiple sticks on it, then... And this shutter's like one of the worst in the game to actually try and hold as a demo, because you can straight up just peek it without being in danger of... getting spam or dead on if you peek it really precisely. But I walked a little bit deep there and could have got punished. The spam there for the pressure was not super effective. Could have been better. Okay. I could probably keep using sticks. I know I'm like charging the sticky I had there, but I see I have their med trap to one side. I could totally be shooting stickies the other direction he could possibly go, and then it's just a worse situation for him. If I'm like topped out on ammo like I was there, then there isn't too much cost to like shooting another 2 sticks real quick and then trying to charge a sticky for the post. Might get more value, because I feel like there's guys potentially taking space or trying to cover their medic's exit through left lobby that could be getting spammed out, or just, you know, pressure applied to them in some way. Okay, yeah, that trap there is in case there's a sniper peek, because a lot of the time a sniper will like to peek that door, peek through lobby, and try to get a kill on point. Looks like a main Uber. Not really any spotting. My bomb is real scuffed. Yeah, just didn't really get any space. Oh, I'm dying. Yeah, that was a really atrocious Uber. I remember we were talking about that at the time. It honestly didn't even look like we had that much Uber left to cross, because of course that's the decision. You either end where we ended, or you try and cross into them with the remaining Uber. It would have been cutting it close. Like, our Uber would have been ending by the time we're getting to the opposite side, which if we don't, like, wipe them with that, then we also fail the push catastrophically. So it's disad right now. Just want to have disad traps up to kill someone or something. I see that soldier going to the pack, because I see him shoot the rocket. Of course he's going to be trying to pathfind towards it. So that's an easy kill, and that's why I like that trap a lot. And somehow their med finds a way to die. Don't know what happened there, but yeah, and their demo's deading, so we know there's no traps. Perfect. Alright, and it's going to be ad again. We have an opportunity to push last again. I remember this. I was telling my scout to spot this time, because the last Uber I blamed on not spotting, which, in retrospect, probably not the reason it failed. And then he just dies to the sniper. So we just take it through left. I'm very preoccupied with that sniper. I should not be. I see, like, where their combo is all scrunched up in, like, a really terrible spot for a kite, right? Way back right, where our flank would be getting in. So I should probably just take Uber into them, because it doesn't matter if that sniper gets out of spawn on really any class. If they're going to be completely alone, they can't really fight the entire team. So I definitely should have been actively collapsing in their combo there. Okay, and yeah, metal mid always has that 50-50 for that first sticky, because their demo doesn't always roll out choke. Oh, our med just died. Yeah, so at this point it's either you sell out or leave as a demo. Looks like I opt to live, which I think is fine, because you can just get a trap kill as you're retreating or something. Just slow them down, just do something. which actually looks like we're doing a really, really good job of stalling. I get a demo kill, which is really nice. That doesn't, like, affect the game that much, because, of course, we're still looking at disadd on last, and that demo is going to be spawned by the time that happens. But it can help just slow them down a little bit. Oh, our med was not healing the entire time. That's bad. Yeah, in that case, all that stalling was kind of for nothing, because no one went to meet up with our medic and build. I guess it's because our scout was stuck behind. In which case, actually, that should have been me. Probably right after getting that demo pick, or even instead of that. Because if we were properly building, then we would have had like 40% here, and would have gotten Uber on last, rather than what actually ends up happening, which is... Okay, looks like they're actually so slow that we're going to be getting Uber anyway, which is very nice. But, yeah, that could have been very bad. Alright, I do have some disadd traps up. They are just going to be sacking. And then we get to counter-sack. We get 2 soldiers. Their demo's deading, so we don't have to fear traps. This is decent damage on their combo. Looks like our sack isn't successful, unfortunately. The pressure seemed very good there, but not all sacks are going to work. We do kill the soldier immediately, but you don't want to go down both soldiers on last, usually. I think it's safer to just... Plus, like, if it's even numbers anyway, you're not sacking out of your own last. You're waiting until you have that player ad with the single or double sack or whatever. So it makes sense to play things even here. Okay. I actually get a blinded on their demo there. And that's their only pressure. That almost seems like sniper to me. Just the solo scout sack. So we send our guy before I can even really get in position to pressure. Which, I was probably a little slow, honestly, but also if I can't... Well, ideally I'm communicating like where I'm at in the pressure. Like if I'm entering right lobby, I'm like communicating that I'm going right and what have you. Okay. And actually, so I wouldn't have known this. I wouldn't have known this just from watching this demo. But I know in retrospect, based on something that happens in another half of this game, that I really don't like pressuring left from bridge. I think it's much better to spam out left from like the floor, most likely, because I actually got shoved shutter and killed. Which part of that was we didn't have a good rotate to like main and shutter when I rotated doors. But I also think it might just be a more safe place to live, or to stand in that kind of situation. So that's an example of something that a more experienced player might be able to tell me, but I'm not able to suss out for myself necessarily until it goes wrong or something like that. Okay, I see their combo's doing some really weird... Oh, I remember what... This is some stupid nonsense pause. And there's just absolute nonsense, babble, and drama. Okay. Okay, we're live again. They're mad, I think, is AFK typing. It's funny. Whatever. We're back to the game. Even numbers, so... Yeah, we're just chilling on last. Waiting for them to sack. At this point, minute 30 left. You're expecting them to be maybe doing one more sack before an exchange. So I would definitely have like normal traps up in this situation. Okay. That's just terrible pressure from them, honestly. Because we have a demo and a soldier ready to do exactly that. I think one of those is a spawner, so spotting both soldiers. I don't know why I'm looking around like there might be another guy around. I'm pretty sure I missed that that was a spawner, if it was. Anyway. Oh, there's some miscommunication here, I remember. Over where we're going, and then our soldier dies to a trap. We're going anyway. Because of course it is ad. Looks like we want to go backdoor for an Uber. We see a soldier. Choke. Ignore that. Oh man, if I kept using stickies here, then I definitely get those kills, and maybe even more, because I get to chase more cleanly. That's something I struggle with, and something that's like really difficult to figure out. I've actually asked Habib about this in the past, and he didn't really have a coherent answer either, of like when in an Uber or a bomb or some type of like aggressive bombing situation do you actually pull out your pipes versus just continue using stickies. Because stickies, of course, are the more reliable damage dealer. If you really need to secure damage on a player, then stickies are usually the way to go. Also, I should have just dead on that soldier. I was like trying to wait to see if they would both stand on the rock at the same time, but there's no point risking that. Because a pick is still a pick. And like, I got a random pick on a scout, so now we just get to push the point. It would have been the exact same if it was a soldier. Yeah, of course pipes do generally more damage, unless you're like really close, in which case stickies do more. So knowing when to pull out the pipes in a bomb is really difficult. And I think I end up trying to just immediately sticky pipe a medic or something way too often. And I think I should continue using maybe an extra stick or two before pulling out the pipes. Yeah, this was a disaster. Also, what happened on 2 there, I think I was not very good about baiting out that exchange. They have the scout with the beam, and you see that their beam's like around that corner, so they're definitely going to be caught and have to use just based on that positioning alone. So I, as a demo and as a very valuable target for them to focus in order to get that counter pop and get out, I, as that target, should probably just be more passive. Because if they take that Uber and it goes and they don't get the force out of us, then now we just have ad to push into last with. That being said, for that exact same reason, I'd argue in a time like this, it makes sense to drop your demo and just hold on to Uber. Because I don't think they really had the resources to get a force out of us if our med is kiting that and just leaving me. But either way, it's working out for us. Yeah, and then Shutter there, I probably just don't peek that as much once you take the damage. Because I think, obviously I'm not healthy and not getting healed, but I think that's because, like, the rest of the team has kind of a... There's a healing burden on our medic at the moment, because a lot of people are taking damage, so we just get shoved all over. Still works out, though, somehow. The rest of my team's able to bail us out and get the kills on last that matter. As far as the rollout goes, I do use this extra sticky a lot because, oh man, I'm damn near dead. And that's why Metalworks mid sucks on them. I mean, one of many reasons, but that's also why I use that extra stick a lot of the time. Let's actually just chill here for a second. That's why I use the extra stick a lot, because which demo shows up earlier is a really big deal if one of the demos is rolling out main like I did and one of the demos is rolling out choke like theirs did, because the choke demo is generally going to be faster, and usually just the faster demo wins that exchange and gets a ton of damage. And sometimes, like in this case, you might just straight up die or be very close to dying if you're slow. So being slow on this rollout really sucks. That's why I use an extra sticky to just be a little bit faster, even though it comes with a health cost. Yeah, but I was still not fast enough. And of course, if the demo rolling out choke used an extra sticky, then they would show up even faster, in which case I would probably start rolling out choke myself, just to get through cleanly before rotating over right. Target selection here, a little weird. I'm also just missing that guy. Okay. We get out, though. This, I love that sticky. I remember that sticky. That's, indicative of, well, there's a few things going on. So that's indicative of, a problem a lot of demos have is just, like, going for air shots when you can just have a sticky on the ground where they're landing, and then that guy took, like, over 100 damage. That's more damage than a pipe as well. And yeah, so a lot of the time when we're drying through a point or something, a classic example is pushing into Gully Wash 2 if we're drying through choke. The most common threats you're going to encounter are first, traps on the choke, which of course your pocket soldier's going to try and identify. And then second is the high bomb from bats. And third would be like a sniper river or shutter or forwards or something like that. Well, forwards might, whatever. So the high bomb, anytime anyone calls that high bomb is coming, I immediately turn to my medic and actually just start shooting stickies like in his general vicinity, towards his feet, around, stuff like that. Because that soldier's going to want to land close to our med to get the most damage possible. And if I have sticks ready for him, then he just instantly dies. So being able to shoot where soldiers are landing is really nice, really effective way to get good damage on them. Also, I bomb here onto mid. Now, bombing scouts is always a bad idea as a demo, which is why I faded to the crate. And that can almost serve as a way to, like, bait that guy forward. Because if they're like, oh, a free demo, and start walking forward, but I actually fade back. This is a weird situation for them. So if I fade back, then I might be, like, kind of egging them on into taking positioning that they can't hold. Okay, our med commits through, so I should probably commit through. Okay. And, right, I would, like, run out of ammo here. So I can't really help it too much. My scout takes the ammo. Oh, no. Alright, they just took, like, a really bad fight into house there. And then ended up dying for it. And then, like, still trying to stay on 2 for whatever reason. This is very weird what's happening on my screen. My solar scout just gets too rocketed. Their med still hasn't healed anyone. Sticks on point. Right, this is a very confusing situation. Because I remember this. I don't even know what just happened. Like, obviously, I'm just standing in what I think is a normal spot to stand in, right? You want to be pushed up. You want to be able to project damage and pressure not only behind the point, but potentially into anyone walking out of spawn. You want to still be able to shoot across the point, and you still want to be in a very commanding position to cap the point, which I think where I was standing in front of Closet there checks all the boxes. Yeah, I don't know. What else could I have done there? I could have focused more on, like, reloading stickies, probably. I got a little bit sidetracked by, like, the medic chasing me with the Solemn Vow or whatever, which, in all honesty, is just not really a concern. Like, keep in mind, I think we exchanged prior to this, or this was even Ubers or something. I already forget. But, yeah, just having ammo for the ensuing fight. I don't want to... Now, I think it's important, and a lot of people do this, actually, is when they do a demo review. Sometimes they're just looking for validation, which I think is really, really bad and, like, self-defeating. So I don't want to just be like, yeah, I think I played that right, and my team just kind of beefed by not capping the point, or just not, like, playing strong positioning, which I kind of agree is the case in this situation, but... I want to be, like, really critical and make sure, like, okay, but, like, for real, is there actually anything I should have done there differently? Because, of course, you, like, lose the situation, and I don't want to just be like, oh, yeah, I'm right, and I review demos because I'm right, because that's not how you learn. Anyway, it was ad for us. Oh, I remember missing here. Honestly, just... I'm, like, over-predicting their medic to kite somewhere. I can just shoot the damage at their med directly. And no matter where they try and run, it's going to hit them anyway because they're, you know, within that range. They just aren't fast enough to get out of the stickies range in time. And I played a really bad post as well. I isolated myself positionally, so I can't get healed. That scout gets to take a 1v1. Yeah, that was not a good Uber for me. Shoot an extra sticky for no reason. This time I roll out choke. Their demo, I take some damage in the process, and I am so weak. Yeah, metal mid can be very cool. I think this is fine. I see their med just walking up alone, so I try and get aggro on that. It starts backing up, but it's still a decent enough opportunity to get aggressive. I end up getting cleaned up. I mean, there's minor optimizations I could have made. Oh man. I mean, I could have just hit more shots. I don't think I was particularly missing too much. I think I did an effective amount of damage. Generally, I probably should have positioned more around my med. I think it's fine to be like peeking under point for those like aggressive avenues. What am I doing right now? I'm AFK. I think it's fine to be peeking under point for those aggressive timings, similar to how you might like just kind of soft push one of the lanes on Snakewater mid just to try and get some damage. I think it's fine to take like the time to get a little aggressive for a moment and then back up just to apply some pressure. And on that mid, it's no different. But you should still go back to the mean, I guess, and go back to where you should be positioned after that's over. Because I definitely lingered under there and just tried to play the entire mid under there once like the collapse is going in. By which point, I think it would have been better to play with my med and like actually take the high ground instead. Yeah. I forget what I was doing here. Oh, I got forwards. I'm back. I messed up my rollout. Not very good. I don't know the best rollout for like the metal forwards. I need to cook some stuff up, because I often just wing it. Okay, I'm assuming this is even Ubers. I didn't really see much of the prior situation. I'm playing it like it's evens, so I'm gonna operate on the assumption that it's evens. No reason to not have 8 stick. Oh, it's add. Okay. I don't need to be the first one entering here. Except we're taking a house pot. Their soldier just dies immediately. See, again, like, just pulling out the pipes immediately. And man, like, so much damage would have been achieved on that chase. We still get 2 picks with the Uber. The soldier trade happened prior to it. But, oh, that would have been so perfect if I just kept using stickies. That's like a big takeaway from this demo so far. Which I already like kind of knew, but just seeing it in the moment. Because when you see something like that like multiple times, then the next time I take an Uber, I'm going to be thinking like, okay, like actually pay attention to whether you should keep using sticks or not. Okay, good damage on their scouts. We have 3 picks. Why are we not just standing on the point right now? Maybe our scout wants to go to it, but by that point it's like a little bit late, and then dies for it. Yeah, and they're able to regroup and get Uber. This was something that we've talked about, but I get to see it through my own 2 eyes while paying attention. Holding very close for being down 3 and not having ammo. We get out in time, so it's not a big deal, but oh, we just take the Uber. Not defense on, so we stop and point at least. We not my best work. I don't think that Uber's going to get a lot most of the time, because I think they're probably baited pretty far back. But we did stop the point, at least as a consolation, so we get to play the disad. I think these traps are fine. I do like the trap in... Well, I'm liking the trap on that small pack in lobby less by the day, because it's just harder to watch. Okay, I may as well... I should have debt there. Because the worst thing ever when pushing out a last is you take that Uber as a demo, just play the flip-flop and shutter, and you just get dead on by the traps above point, and you're just skyboxed and you don't have a bomb. Okay, that was just a lucky kill. But that soldier's so weak on point. Because I obviously wasn't shooting at him, I was just shooting at the player's capping. And now it's add. With a demo that close, it might be worth just going main into him, but we take it left. And we know there's no traps because he's deading, which is perfect. Yeah, and again, they do this weird kite, and I'm like preoccupied with the guys behind. I'm not with my combo. This is not good. If I just go, that's a nice rocket. If I just go to where my combo is going, like look how terrible this post is for me. I'm just standing on like the low ground doing nothing. If I'm actually with my combo there, then it's a different story. I remember like thinking at the time that I wanted to potentially, like I see 2 people in the spawn. If I can like keep them in there, then like our guys should be able to get through easily. Seeing that now, kind of disagree. I should just collapse with my combo and actually help my combo do things, because it doesn't matter if those guys get out of spawn if we like kill their medic, scout, and soldier that are taking like the stupid suicidal kite. Yeah, so that's a little example demo review. Of course, different demos have different ups and downs, different paces. So there are some games where you're just on the back foot the entire time and you're only going to get a perspective of that, while there's others that you know, you might want to focus on other things. So yeah, hopefully this was nice little info and nice little example of a demo review, what I'm kind of looking at, what I'm looking for. Part of it I do just get kind of explainy, like explaining my thought process, because I do want to give some info about my decision-making process and what's happening a little behind the scenes. But anyway, I think I'm rambling on long enough. I hope you guys enjoyed.